Tracy-Ann Oberman is here on the sofa.
Well then, it now appears you need my help.
I'm assuming a lot of you are here because you're interested in how to monetize your voice, correct? Or maybe you just like me, and we're just here to have a lovely chat. When I started out in this industry, I didn't even know what a voiceover was. I had no idea, and I trained at drama school at the Central School of Speech and Drama. These days, unfortunately, it is slightly different because every man and his dog and cat and woman and their dog and cat are doing voiceovers. There are also loads of people who are willing to undercut you, because in those days the contracts were very, very tightly bound by equity, so you couldn't get undercut. So these days, a lot of advertising agencies, if they can get the sort of the cleaner's daughter to come in and do it for 25 quid, they will do it. But I think people are beginning to realise that having good voiceovers is important. I'm going to play you my voiceover showreel because I want to give you an example of what an agent would want to hear in terms of commercials.
Not easily forgotten.
So imagine this is being done to picture.
I love you, beautiful KitchenAid kettle. Your lustrous medallion silver. Oh, even better, candy apple.
I think that might be some of
red.
my porn work.
And I love you, Joseph and Joseph Whisk, and you, spatula, and you too, chopping board.
I've done loads and loads and loads of adverts over the time, both for radio, online, and for TV and cinema. Having done those, my agent will pick the ones that she feels shows off my voice as best she can, and she will make a showreel. If you're not represented, there are so many ways to get a voiceover tape. You basically can rip an advert out of I'm so 2000, a magazine or newspaper, whatever you young people get it on these days. You're here in Point Blank, you've got the studio availability, it's incredible. You can just make your own voiceover tape. You have just add music, add sound effects, you can do whatever you want with it. And it's the versatility they're looking for. You know, I do children, you do old people, you can do like Scottish, you can do, whatever your skills are. Find 3 or 4 maybe 5 adverts that you can do that show a variety of different skills and different accents and slightly different characters, and put them together and make a tape and then send them off to voiceover agents. Adverts were an amazing way to supplement my income. Back in the day, as I say, when I was starting it, you had people that were literally earning a fortune doing these constantly. You had 6 or 7 of people that were like at the top of their game. The industry definitely has changed. It's expanded. You've got millions of people doing it. It's much harder to get into, but there are a million more different ways of monetizing your voice. And adverts and online stuff is the online stuff which pays less, but there's so much more of it. The thing at the moment, you go through trends. Sometimes the trend is sort of like my kind of voice, but at the moment they're looking for very urban voices, and they're looking for accents and youth, urban, and preferably not London or RP. Audiobooks was a really big thing, and that's getting bigger and bigger. But publishing companies are always looking for voices to do their books. And again, to add to your showreel, I would pick a piece of text that has got a few characters and a nice bit of narration. And I would do 1.5 minutes of reading narration with these characters involved in it. Edit it, do a little bit of music at the beginning, a little bit of music at the end. But mainly for audiobooks, it's literally reading off the page. It's absolutely specific. It has to be completely specific. Every comma, every colon has to be acknowledged. There's so many publishing companies now and people self-publishing that this might be a good way to break into voice work, because if you can offer yourself up cheaper than, using Benedict Cumberbatch, that would be very useful. Here in Point Blank, you can get aspiring young authors who want their stuff recorded and get them recorded here by the, producers, the audio producers, which would be an amazing experience and a really good way for you to get some audiobooks out. Documentaries are interesting. Just so you understand, when you go in and do a documentary, they will send you the script beforehand. I would definitely read the documentary beforehand, and the skill there is knowing, they'll give you a time code, is knowing how to shave your voice down to, right, I've got 30 seconds to get that bit of narration in there. Practice at home, timing yourself. Okay, I've got 2 seconds to get that bit in there. So it's about working very closely with the script and with what you're seeing. When you get a documentary narration, ask if they'll send you the documentary and what you're doing the voice to, so you can look at it, so you can pitch your voice to how they want it to sound, and you can pitch your voice as to the timings between each of these narrations, because they'll have upsync, which is people on the documentary talking, visuals on the documentary, and then your voice will come in. The best voiceovers is when they merge and support the documentary rather than dominating the documentary. And then what I found with Escape to the Chateau, 10, now 11 series in, is that my voice ended up becoming very much part of their brand.
It's time to return to the chateau.
This time, there is a penalty if you cheat. I'm going to dock a centimetre. Oh, that's really not funny. I'm going to take an inch off you.
We're deep in the beautiful French countryside. A fairy tale dream continues to evolve.
I did a terrible one. Well, I mean, it was really distressing, called 10 Ways to Catch a Serial Killer. And it was the worst serial killers in the world and the 10 fuck-ups that they made. And that was another one. But the main skill with these documentaries is, like I said to you, is understanding that you've got to get your eye ready to look at the visuals, get a prompt light, know when you're going to come on, and to know how long you've got to do in between each of those sections. What's this? Narrative docs. Oh, shall we give it a go? Don't know what it is. Hope it's not the family holiday, right.
At around 7 p.m. on Thursday the 2nd of April 2015, a 76-year-old man boards the number 55 bus at Waterloo East.
Okay, so that first thing that you just heard was a Radio 4 play about the Hatton Garden robbery. This is another way in which you can monetize your voice that became apparent to me and was fantastic. If you can do characters, accents, and you've got a really nice sounding voice, one of the things that Radio 4 prides themselves on is that they do a new play every single day, written by either an established writer, a classical play, or a new writer. And so every day you get a 40-minute brand new play worth listening to. Also, comedy, BBC Comedy is fantastic. They have a radio drama repertory company. And that radio drama repertory company is an amazing way to work on your voice and to do plays and to meet up-and-coming writers, established writers, and work on some really good pieces of drama just with your voice.
I stirred things up, knocked heads together, got things done, just like you. The Westminster Whirlwind, they called me. Maggie was in Downing Street sorting out the country. I was up the road doing the same thing to the most important borough in Britain.
It was like filming, but with your voice. So if the microphone's there and you've got 3 people and you're sort of talking and you're meant to be outside, you sort of knew that you'd hold your script here and you'd talk slightly, you'd be pitching up. Well, yes, I know. I mean, I said to him, I have no idea where you're taking that horse. But then when it was a much more intimate scene, it's almost like a close-up, you'd come much more into the mic. Peter Sallis, who was about 85 years old at the time, and I had to have sex on a bed. And that was the radio play for the afternoon. And I sort of remember coming in thinking, oh, how's this going to work? I'd never had a sex scene on radio, and the microphone was there, and they put down an old springy bed, and Peter Wallace, and myself had to bounce up and down on the bed so you could hear the squeaky things going, making sex noises, going, grummy, that was, things like that. A skill to learn, but really good fun and really worthwhile. Basically, you can monetize your voice, and there's never been a better time to monetize your voice because so many online, digital platforms to do it. Back in the day, there was, BBC One, BBC Two, and Channel 4 and ITV, and that was it. But now it's exploded. So if you can use your voice, if you can get a relationship with the microphone, if you can get yourself a showreel, a narration, advert, documentary, voiceover, showreel, get that out there to one of the many voiceover agencies that there are. Send it in to advertising agencies, and also get your stuff just out online. Learn on the job and learn while you're studying how to do a couple of these voiceover tapes. This is where it's at. Goodbye.